K Sports for this. All right, a chance now to take a look at the steals over the last few months for Jalen Williams.
I get the feeling he hasn't been paying as much attention defensively as he should be. His steal numbers have dipped in the past few months. He needs to get back some of that intensity on defense.
So let's take a look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup. Devin Booker out there with Royce O'Neal. Then there's Kevin Durant. Then it's Bol Bol. And it's Dunn in at the 3 spot. And for the Thunder, some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3, the small forward. And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a thirsty scorer, and if you concede the mid-range, he'll take it.
Durant with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Holmgren with it. Dunn in his pocket. And there's a whistle. That one goes on Royce O'Neal. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Gilgeous-Alexander lays it up and banks it in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket on the night. Durant draws the double. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Bol, the pass to Durant. Launches it. Knocks down the long J.
A nice rhythm jump shot for Kevin Durant. How many of those do you think he's taken in his lifetime?
And Hartenstein slams it in.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. Booker against Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Durant. Pass to Bol. Back to Durant. Just 5 to shoot. What's not to love about opening day, Grant? Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
Durant with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Booker for 3. Durant. Durant with another miss. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him, and he let me in on their strategy for Devin Booker. He said no easy shots for Booker tonight. We only want him taking off-balance, tough looks. At least that's our hope. Sounds like they'll be throwing everything they can at Booker defensively, B.A.
And Allie, thank you for that. Now here's Dort. Booker knocks it away. Here's Hartenstein. Pass to Dort. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Here's Holmgren.
Well, KP, a very skilled defender, outstanding with his positioning, and he's got incredible length to contest shots.
Well, the Thunder will be building a new arena, Doris, right across the street from their current home.
Well, how exciting that the downtown arena is set to open in the 29-30 rookie season with a 25-year lease. This secures the team's long-term future in Oklahoma City. And honestly, BA, this fan base is so passionate, they deserve it.
Uncharacteristic to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
The offensive rebound. Back to Booker. Shot from the low post is good. Booker's got 8 points.
Yeah, truly elite scorers like Devin Booker, they find different ways to score. That time, the second chance.
Pass to Holmgren. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. A minute 9 left to play in the first quarter. They grab their own miss. And Hartenstein slams it in.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Now here's O'Neal. Still no points. It's Booker on the wing. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds in the game. The open shot by Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, Oklahoma City.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, there's a level of aggressiveness that you must contend with Gilgeous-Alexander on the offensive end. You'd love to see him force the issue.
Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Booker for 3. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Outside for Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort outside. From behind the arc. Not going to go that time. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for the Thunder. He put together 10. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They were just feasting on fast break chances.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Looking back at last season, the best when it comes to shot blocking. 5th, Chet Holmgren.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Suns trail by 3. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention. He can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game. Yeah, nice finish from Williams on the alley-oop. I mean, that takes some real athleticism. And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And there's a pick. Dort for 3. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander facilitating for his team right now. What a pretty pass.
Outside O'Neal. Outside Durant. Screen by O'Neal. Durant with it, and it's Dort picking him up. The kick to Durant. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And a fast break now for the Thunder. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal
It goes
foul.
on Kevin Durant. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one falls for Hartenstein. Well, Doris, for a while, the amount of three-pointers seemed to grow exponentially. I think it's plateaued now.
You know, B.A., I'm not sure I agree that it's plateaued. What we do know unequivocally is these organizations have defined how to be the most efficient basketball team. And each and every year, we're setting records in that category. They're just getting smart about the kinds of shots you want and when. We're seeing more shots at the rim, and we're still heavily emphasizing the three-point line.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the Suns are going for it. All-star guard Devin Booker said everybody here is on the same page. We're in win-now mode. We want excellence. We know it's not going to be easy, but when you give up that much, we're trying to win this year and years to come. Brian, this front office has been impressive.
They are all in, Allie. Thank you.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Here's O'Neal. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside, Williams. Pass to Hartenstein. On the take. The kick out to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
And it's Kevin Durant with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. All sorts of time. Bull grabs the board.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
All right, Doris, what's kind of an unsung stat you appreciate about the Suns lineup?
Wow, they are so gifted offensively, so I'd have to say very good at getting to the free throw line. That's important. Very good at baiting defenders and putting your opponent into the bonus. That's big. Attacking into coverage. They get to spend plenty of time at the free throw line. So it's an underrated advantage, BA. Yeah, Kevin Durant, you allow him a path to the cup, look out.
Inside, tipped, and stolen by Bull. And the Suns pushing it up now. Ooh, Booker finishing in the open court.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's got 10. Strong finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Good work there as it goes. Dunn's got his first basket.
And off the jump, they were effective from deep. I don't know why they haven't continued to fire from out there.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Well, Doris, you look back over the history of the NBA, hard to find a better scorer than KD.
Oh, yeah, he is unequivocally on the short list of the greatest scorers the league has ever seen. You think about guys, when you think about KD, guys that can create their own shot and hit from anywhere on the floor. You couple that with the size and the release point and the skill with the ball. Kevin Durant is a problem, folks.
Outside for Dort. 29 seconds left in the first half. Rebounded by Dunn.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
One of the best things about Kevin Durant is he simply locks in on exactly what's in front of him at the moment. If that means working at practice, that's what he does. If that's competing at a high level in the game, that's what he does.
A line change here for Oklahoma City.
I like how he's upped his aggressiveness here, finding ways to get to the line in this second quarter. They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Durant, the pass to O'Neal. Durant with a screen on Caruso. Back to Durant. Got it off in time. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
The Trae at the horn knots it all up. They have the momentum going into the locker room.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
They keep feeding him and he's getting after it. Once you let him get comfortable, tough to slow him down, Kenny.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, that's it for us.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
He was getting into the lane easily that first half. It's just relentless.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
On the floor for Phoenix, they've got Grayson Allen, Mason Plumlee out there with Nick Richards. Then there's Damian Lee, and it's Martin in at the 2.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there. How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Outside, Williams. Back to Caruso from the arc. Buries it from 3. Caruso's got his second basket of the night.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Allen, the pass to Plumlee. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Williams. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Pass to Plumlee. Soft touch off the glass. Plumlee's got 4 points in the quarter.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Of course, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Richards inside, working on Williams. A nice shot by Richards.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
And there's the call on Cody Martin. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Martin against Caruso. There's the drive, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Plumlee. Shot clock at 5. Here's Richards. Williams grabs the board. Oklahoma City leading by 3. And up the court come the Thunder on the break.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Battles through traffic and lays it in. Plumlee's got 6 points in the quarter. And it's Caruso with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
2 minutes remaining on the third.
Got a piece of it. Plumlee against Williams. Plumlee passes to Martin. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
They'll credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And they just continue to sharpen their offense here in the second half.
Here's Lee. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. And it's Caruso on the take. And it's blocked by Martin. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
Some substitution. Number 4, Oso Ighodaro.
1:11 left to play in the third quarter here. 5 on the clock. And here's Caruso outside. Richards pulls it in. Phoenix has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Back to Allen. Pass to Lee. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Lee's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Wiggins with a screen on Martin. And it's Caruso on the take. And he goes in for the dunk.
I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Martin with a screen on Wiggins. Lee. Pass to Martin. Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball. So Oklahoma City ends up going with a new group.
Substitution on the court.
The Thunder have gone 7 of 10 here in the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Off target with the three.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Lee misses.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's good.
There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
Third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play. They're trying to see if he released the ball before the buzzer or not.
Yeah.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading buckets. Oklahoma City ahead. They lead by 3. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. 2 Jalen Williams out there for him. Jalen with an E at the 3 and Jalen with an I at the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Holmgren in at the power forward position. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Booker, the pass to Bol. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. Bol's gotten his first basket of the night.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Dunn. Gilgeous-Alexander up top, up and over Dunn. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Suns trail by 4.
Blocking foul called on Chet Holmgren. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And Durant with the big finish.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet. Dort outside. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Hartenstein, no good. And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for the Suns. Looking ahead, they've got the Warriors coming to town for their next game. And that kicks off a string of 3 home games for them. Keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. He dug into his team for being too complacent on offense, saying, you're just chucking up the first 3 you see out there. Be more patient on offense, move the ball around, make the defense work. Guys, let's see if ball movement improves out there.
Thank you for that, Allie. From deep, Holmgren. Oh! Holmgren from way outside. And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for the Thunder.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Holmgren. Here's Carlson. Launches a three. Kevin Durant pulls it in. Here's Bull. Outside Durant. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation.
Kevin Durant is going to be remembered most for his prowess as a scorer. But, folks, we're talking about one of the most complete, passionate basketball players in the history of the game.
And both free throws good for Durant.
This guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Carlson. Court outside. Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen on Booker. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep. Holmgren. The Suns clear it. Bull's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
2 minutes.
To take the lead. And the Suns miss again.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Pass to Holmgren. To the paint. Done with a steal. Booker for three. And that comes off the assist by Durant. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Phoenix.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
To the inside, O'Neal on the wing. No good with the triple.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rejected by Bull. Outside Booker. For three, O'Neal fires in the triple.
How about the vision from Devin Booker? Yes, he can score it, but that's a pretty pass.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Bull, pass to O'Neal. 40 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's Durant. He connects!
Kevin Durant absolutely fearless. If the game's in the balance, he will demand the basketball.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander punches it home.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, one of the calmest, most clutch players in the league. That's a big-time moment.
And stolen by Williams.
And looking to even the score with a huge three.
Greg, this is all about execution. Can you free an open man from the three-point line? That's what it comes down to.
And he commits the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And here are the Thunder now. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Up and over done. Can't get it to fall. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. And thanks, Allie. Great interview once again.
A big thank you to
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of
Get chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Kuzma in at the 3 slot. And for Oklahoma City, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side, and it's Williams at the 3 spot. Dort left side. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound Milwaukee.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Here on opening day, and what a great day it is. Frank, what are these players feeling as they tip off this new season?
It is always exciting to start a new season. Players are just filled with hope and optimism, especially after putting in all that off-season work. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Lillard, the pass to Jackson. And to Antetokounmpo. Good D by Holmgren.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Screen by Giannis. Lillard against Dort. Lillard, the pass to Antetokounmpo.
You know, when you're facing Dame, he's at the top of the scouting report. High priority item. Well, that opens things up for his teammates.
Pass to Hartenstein. Good. The nice assist for Williams.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Lopez outside. Jacks up a 3. Drills it from outside.
That is certainly a shot that Lopez has added to his arsenal. You've got to respect his ability to knock down threes.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Hartenstein with it. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Sinks that one from the post. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Giannis a screen on Williams. Kicks it out to Lillard. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Lillard. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And the rejection by Holmgren. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
Boy, I like the fact that's intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be in their face all night long.
And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked first in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer, but he's completely reshaped his game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting them know I'm there to back them up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report. Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will avoid the basket there.
Good hustle right there. I love that effort. Just a little late in the act.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Milwaukee. It's a three-point game. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
Really easy to tell that this is an important game. I mean, I don't know if the crowd will get a chance to take a breath in this one.
The Thunder leading by 3. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Here's Giannis. No good on the last second attempt there. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Thunder lead by 3. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys, lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Jackson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. Clark, what in the world is left for Giannis to accomplish at this point?
You know, Kevin, I don't know, quite honestly. I mean, perhaps more championships or MVPs. He's really done it all. Maybe a scoring title, but whatever he does from this point on, it's only going to add to what's been a Hall of Fame career.
Antetokounmpo passes to Kuzma. There's the 3. The Thunder pull it in. We're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein.
The knee just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Lillard against Dort. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Dort. Lillard, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Kuzma. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the summer league record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last.
And a chance to check out the stats for Kyle Kuzma. Great showing for him last season. Averaged about 22 points per, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And really just excellent numbers. I like what we've been seeing from him across the board.
I do too. I mean, he's playing with much more focus now and a much higher level of intensity.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses in close.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Giannis outside. Pass to Lillard. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Lillard. Back to Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Thunder leading by 5. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. From outside the arc, it's hauled in by Giannis. For Milwaukee, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drive. Giannis sets a screen for Kuzma. Pass to Lillard. Clark, how much weight do players put on individual awards or something like an all-star nod?
You know, I think players always have a level of respect for each other, but awards help validate your level of respect. How you win, how you perform, consistency, and awards are typically well-earned and well-deserved. As a matter of fact, in most cases, they are well earned and deserved. And players acknowledge that and respect that.
Dort against Lillard. Knocked away. Kuzma kicks to Lillard. Lopez, a screen on Dort. Lillard attacking. The wide open look here for Lopez. From outside, off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Holmgren with a screen on Jackson. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Connects from three-point range. And it's an 8-point Thunder lead.
Big make for Dort. That is his bread and butter. Nails the three from the corner.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lillard outside. To the wing right side. The wide open look here for Kuzma. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. Pass to Hartenstein. Holmgren with a screen on Jackson. And he can extend the lead to double digits. Bucks trail by 8. Giannis kicks to Lillard. On the wing, Jackson. Lillard surveying the D. Shoots over Dort. And again, the Bucks miss. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Hartenstein with a screen on Jackson. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Pass to Holmgren. Right side, Dort. And so it's Oklahoma City in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact Damian Lillard has had on this game has been minimal. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Doc. I heard you imploring your team, stick to the game plan and know your personnel.
All right, thank you, David. Folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And something out of left field for you guys.
Ernie, left field, this is not baseball. This is a basketball show.
All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the Bucks. And that is it for half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
We've got Williams. Mason Wallace is out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Williams at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half. Williams sends a screen for Caruso. Outside Williams. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Bucks.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to. Just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those 2 guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. Here's Williams. The rebound by Prince. Bucks trail by 6. Prince setting a pick for Porter. And it's Trent in the corner. Portis a screen on Williams. And here's Trent outside. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. This will give them a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is second. Fourth, Alex Caruso.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Pass to Carlson. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Prince setting a pick for Trent. Plays it up and banks it in. Trent's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Caruso against Trent. Wallace outside. Pass to Caruso. From downtown. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks trail by 3. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Trent, a screen on Williams. Portis. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Here's Carlson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Portis with it. Williams picks him up. Kept alive. Here's Sims. Tries again. Misses from close range. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Here's Wallace. Prince grabs the miss. Bucks have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Sims the pass to Portis. Trent setting the pick for Portis. Buries it down low.
Slick moves inside by Portis to avoid the defense for the hoop.
And so Caruso will bring up the ball for the Thunder. Ball is with a screen on Porter. Porter against Caruso. Over to the wing. Here's Carlson. Sinks the triple. Carlson's got 5.
Yeah, such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Portis against Caruso. Portis can't get it to go.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
And you gotta love the big bucket and the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
27 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
The first free throw is good. And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. And he sinks the second. So both teams changing it up here. And he nails the third. The Thunder leading by 3. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Puts up a 3. It doesn't go for him. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Holmgren the pass to Carlson. Lopez with the block. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession.
Substitution, number 44, Andre Jackson.
Lopez with the steal. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Giannis, that's a two-pointer. And that one released in time, but no good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Thunder up. let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Jackson is out there with Damian Lillard, and it's Kuzma in at the small forward. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Lopez. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition team foul. And Special K, as good as Damian Lillard can be throughout a game, he definitely takes it up a notch in crunch time.
Couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. He's one of those guys that certainly seems to rise to the occasion and relish in the clutch moments. And his range is in the gym-like. I mean, 30 feet away, 35 feet away, he shoots it the same as if it's a mid-range jumper.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, guys, during the last break, here's what Mark Dagnall was telling his team. Now, he was quite encouraging in the huddle. He said, look, you're fighting out there, fellas. I can see it. I need you to keep giving everything you have. Bring this one home. See if they can pull it off, guys.
All right, thank you, David. Now, Giannis to take the lead. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And Antetokounmpo is just fearless. I mean, hit him, knock him around, really doesn't faze him, doesn't matter. And this guy is determined to get the job done, and he does.
And the Bucks making a change here. Prince is checked in. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Carlson. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Carlson. Shot clock at 6. To the left side wing. Holmgren wide open. A three-pointer, no good. Bucks leading by 3. Giannis sets a screen for Prince. Kicks it out to Giannis. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Now here's Lopez. Tight defense on him.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Lopez, a screen on George. Here's Lillard. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Holmgren in the corner. Pass to Carlson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he drops it in from the low post.
This is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Prince with a screen on George. Lillard against George. Kicks it out to Prince. Here's Antetokounmpo. Clock at 4. Powers through inside. Giannis.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Lopez with the steal. Giannis outside. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. On the wing, Jackson.
2 minutes.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 4 to shoot. Antetokounmpo converts inside.
For Giannis, his length and instincts on defense make him a feared shot blocker.
Giannis against Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around for the three. And Holmgren the bucket on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander.
He is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Giannis passes to Lopez. Kicks it out to Lillard. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Do not test Mr. Holmgren, a gifted shot blocker.
Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Antetokounmpo. And Williams with the stuff.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. Two hands and down.
Antetokounmpo up top. Prince outside. And so they foul intentionally. And the Thunder making a change here. Hartenstein's checked in.
13 foul. Coming onto the floor for your Thunder, number 54.
43 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lopez, a screen on George. 6 on the shot clock. And Lillard kicks to Giannis. It's money from deep.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Giannis. And now we've got the intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Do it. It's not over. Clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they got to try to manage it.
And he hits both free throws in. So now it's a 5-point game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
Time call here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And what's their best move at this point?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
11 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Launches a three. That one misses. And so the Bucks take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you.
Thanks so much, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David.
Coming up, live. And the upcoming schedule for Milwaukee. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Thursday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for their matchup with Detroit, it's a good checkpoint to see how they fare. It's the 5th contest on the year for them and a chance to evaluate where they stand.
Now let's take a look at the Bucks' opening lineup. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. And for Phoenix, Bol out there with Kevin Durant. Then it's Royce O'Neal. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's done in at the 3. Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Lillard. Antetokounmpo inside, guarded by Durant. And Giannis with the dunk.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
And that one's good. Goal. Here's Lillard. Pass to Lopez. Back to Lillard. 5 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now. Lillard against Booker. And Booker with the jam.
That's just too easy for D-Book. You can't give him an opening like that.
Now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
A main focus on their defense, Damian Lillard, the dynamic point guard. Coach telling me what sticks out to me about Lillard is his heart. He plays way bigger than his size. He raises the level of everyone around him. A true leader. Lillard, one of the most respected players in the league, Brian.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Pass to Lillard. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Back to Lillard. So many things to love about opening day. What's tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
Now here's Kuzma. 17 points in his last outing. Jackson outside. And it's Phoenix with a rebound.
You try to get spicy and totally whiffed, huh? Okay. He's going to be living this one down for at least about a week.
Here's Booker for 3. Durant. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker.
Making that tricky shot from the corner look so simple. That's just a bucket for Durant.
Lillard deciding where to go with it. There's the steal. In transition, here come the Suns.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
And Devin Booker is already one of the greatest players in Suns history.
Well, you could argue that Steve Nash still ranks ahead of him. He did win 2 MVPs with the Suns. But when it's all said and done, I think Booker will be regarded as the best. And they're really working the paint now.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
.102 left in the first quarter here. And Giannis throws it down.
And nothing is more terrifying than Giannis on the attack. So powerful when he takes flight.
And coach is sure it should be going the other way. He's challenging the out-of-bounds violation.
This call is
reviewed under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
And the official. It's really just a matter of where the action takes place on the court.
Hey, when you're on the bench and see what looks like an obvious mistake on this call, you almost have to challenge. No matter when it comes in the game, you don't want to surrender any possessions. And the ruling has been made. They're going to uphold the original call on the out-of-bounds violation.
And as a coach, it stings to lose a timeout on a failed challenge. But it's a risk worth taking to make absolutely sure that you're not going to lose a possession on a blown call.
"54 seconds left in the first. Here's Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Talk about strength and athletic ability. Lopez can maneuver against his opponents down low.
Here's Dunn. What a terrific move that is. Dunn's got 8.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Lillard against Booker. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Booker. For 3, here's Lillard. Connects from downtown. Lillard's got his second basket.
A genuine sniper from downtown. Lillard's confidence is what makes him so dangerous.
Prince is checked in for Kuzma.
Buck substitution. Number 12.
There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Bucks trail by 6. For 3, here's Lillard. Bull grabs the board. Bull's got 4 rebounds in the game. Durant with a screen on Jackson. And Booker, here we go. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. The crossover, rejected by Bull. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for Phoenix, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
On the floor for Milwaukee. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Jackson out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Prince in at the 3, small forward. When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, B.A. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list. He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Unsurprisingly savvy pass by Booker, setting another guy up for success instead of forcing a shot.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, with the Bucks switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers experienced with star-laden rosters. He said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Brian, the pressure's on to get it done.
The burden of expectations. It's title or bust. Thanks, Allie.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Lillard. 9 points in the game. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Antetokounmpo against Durant. Dunn outside. Pass to Booker. Back to Dunn. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Continuing to get better at facilitating Booker with a dime.
Lillard against Booker. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure. Booker surveying the floor. Pass to Durant. Back to Booker. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
Now here's Lillard. Back to Antetokounmpo. And the big finish by by Giannis.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish. And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. And here's Milwaukee now. The Suns getting their last shot to go. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Booker. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo drives in. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And you could see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Here's Antetokounmpo. After the basket by Phoenix on the other end. Lillard outside from downtown. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. Lillard's got 6 in the quarter. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Pass to O'Neal. The 3. Sinks it from distance. O'Neal's got 6.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to set it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call. And a quick pause here. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and check out last season's best shot blockers. Third is Brook Lopez.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. The Suns lead by 8. Pass to Durant. KD gets a step from 11 feet away. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Oh, come on, KD. Go easy on him. Goodness.
And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Now here's Lopez. He drops it from range. He's got 5.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Now here's Durant. He's got 9. Back to Dunn. 6 on the shot clock. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. There's 25 seconds left in the half. Lillard outside. 3-pointer. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Bull's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now. And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. Phoenix out in front, up 10. Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
To me, it starts with their effort. They have to become more active defensively to prevent easy look shot. Yeah, the only way.
Okay, so now let's talk about that point guard matchup from the... And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there were so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
Damian Lee out there with Nick Richards. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Grayson Allen. And it's Iguodala in at the center position. And that's the group for Mike Budenholzer as we begin the second half. Down low. Here's Iguodala. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. The Bucks trail by 12. And here's Porter outside. They get it again. Sims. No good with a layup.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Allen against Prince. Pass to Lee. Three-pointer off the mark. Milwaukee has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Trent against Beal. Trent, the pass to Portis. Outside Porter. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. That one's good. Sims has got his first points of the night.
And it took some time, but hopefully getting that kind of kickstart, kind of wake them up here in this third quarter after missing their first few shots.
Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Bucks trail by 12. We're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Trent finds Porter. Trent with a screen on Beal. Back to Trent. There's the triple. No luck on that one.
And they have started out this quarter shooting just 20%. Let's just say this is not the way they wanted to open the second half.
Iguodaro, no good. The Bucks have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. Here's Portis. Trent outside. Back to Portis. 6 to shoot. Sims, the pass to Portis. Second chance effort. Pass to Prince. With the clock winding down. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Beal goes in, and then Beal with the dunk.
Speeding in and lifting off. What a slam by Beal.
Trent up top. Allen defending. Outside Porter. Trent with a screen on Beal. Porter, the pass to Trent. Beyond the arc. Here's Sims. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Sims has got 4 points in the quarter. To the paint. Here's Richards. And that one's good. And the Suns lead by 12.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
It's Trent penetrating, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Bradley Beal is settling in as one of multiple stars in Phoenix. He said, it's been an adjustment for sure. You go from being very ball dominant to now you share the dominance. And it's a sacrifice and also an adjustment of learning a totally different role. Ryan, he says it's a process, but one he embraces.
Good point. Thanks, Allie. Ooh, stolen by Allen. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Beal's shot is good.
Good work from Beal. He gets inside and finishes the play.
Trent against Allen. Trent outside. The three is up. Sims, the pass to Portis. Here's Prince. 3 seconds left. That one's wide left.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns closing out the quarter ahead. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at the Bucks. They've got Kevin Porter, Bobby Portis out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Gary Trent, and it's Sims in at the 5. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. So Milwaukee going with almost an entirely new group here. Lopez, he's checked in for Sims. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Portis. Jackson, he's checked in for Trent. And Lillard subbed in for Porter Jr. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers' huddle, and he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Booker against Lillard. Jackson outside. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one.
Great idea by Lillard, using that experience to run the offense.
Here's Booker. Oh, the slam! Get up, Devin!
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
With the teardrop. And Lillard with the lay-in.
Inside, Lillard can deliver. He's a skilled finisher.
Dunn goes in. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Suns lead by 8.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Booker against Lillard. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Booker. Lillard outside. Pass to Lopez. Clock is at 3. Lopez, the screen. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by Bull. Milwaukee making a switch here. Prince is checked in.
Torian Prince.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th here. Here's Dunn. Outside for Booker. Left side Durant. Back to Booker. Fades and shoots. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Lillard left side. Oh, and the jam by Lillard.
Oh, wow. Dame just sticking it to the other team, and you can see it's motivating his squad as well.
Durant. And it's Durant with the finish.
A creative move by Durant. That's a big flex on the defense.
And here's Lillard. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
There's the 3. Durant pulls it in.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
The 3, Booker. And Booker, cash on the 3.
Instantaneous offense. Booker gets the hot pass and quickly has that shot in the air.
Lillard with the ball. Durant covering. Here's Antetokounmpo. Out to Lillard. Prince, a screen on Booker. Here's Lillard. Oh, Lillard finishing with authority.
The defense gets cut to shreds by Lillard on the drive. He's just so quick and agile.
No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Jackson with it. He's against O'Neal. Striking from deep range. Dame.
The range Dame possesses is exceptional. That's what it takes to be logo Lillard.
To the inside. The steal.
One stop. Torian Prince. First personal foul. First team foul.
We've got 1:08 left in the final quarter. Pass to Dunn. And stolen by Antetokounmpo.
Good instincts to read the path and get in a position to pick it off.
And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Jackson on the wing. He's covered by O'Neal. Here's Prince. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that brings him within 5. And so he makes both from the line.
A perfect trip to the line narrows the gap.
This is their chance to stretch the lead, Grant.
Yeah, it's a must. They have to execute and avoid the big mistake.
Okay, when you absolutely, positively need a bucket, Booker's your guy.
Jackson, pass to Lillard. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Booker. Lillard against Booker. Lillard with the ball. And Durant with the block.
A tremendous defender. Durant's length can cause major issues for the offense.
And the Bucks pushing it up now. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Well, look, I mean, great anticipation on one end leads to points on the other.
And this is why turnovers give coaches and fans gray hairs.
Timeout called. Milwaukee. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
It's hard to say whether they have enough time for a quick shot and a foul.
From deep three-point range. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves. But all right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson.
Welcome, fans, to chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Jalen Williams.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Holmgren is out there with Williams, and it's Carlson in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Suns, we've got Durant, Booker out there with O'Neal. Then there's Dunn, and it's Richards in at the 5. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Booker is screen on Holmgren. And KD, good for 3. Durant's got 5.
Looks so effortless for Kevin Durant, making long-range shots look unchallenging.
Dort is screen on Dunn. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. The tray. It's hauled in by Dunn.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them. Like the connection there. KD has his teammates looking out for him. An outstanding alley-oop that time.
Deflects the pass. To the middle. Here's Carlson. He's to Holmgren. And nothing is falling for him right now. The Suns have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Williams attacking. Oh!
Goodness. Yeah, Williams found the penetration and then committed to the drive completely.
Booker finds KD. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Bull. He's checked in for the Suns. Pass to Booker. Stolen by Dort. And they're running. And Williams with the basket on the assist by Dort.
And Jalen Williams had a plan there to outwork the defense. He knows you got to bring it to the paint.
Outside Durant. Now O'Neal. A 3-ball. KD can't get it to go. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Break in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
And they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks very much, Kevin. And another Kevin Durant, is the most decorated member of the Suns star trio. AD says, I believe in this team and we believe in one another. I like our chemistry. Not just the 3 of us, but our whole team. Our coaching staff is doing a great job. I'm not promising anything, but I like our chances against anybody. Kevin, they certainly do.
David, indeed they do.
I'm scratching my head. Is there a 4-level scorer? KD could be that.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Dunn. And the shot is good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Oklahoma City trailing. Down low, here's Carlson. Pass to Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. 5 on the clock. Floats it up for Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren.
I mean, sneaky when he moves around the floor. Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Off target from 3-point range. For Phoenix, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Right side, Dort. And stolen by Booker. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Durant, wide open, he fires. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn.
6 of 8 from the field, 75%. Just scoring the ball at will.
Pass to Carlson. And here is Holmgren. Fast break, here come the Suns. And here's Booker from the arc. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Phoenix. We witnessed him. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Phoenix.
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job of scoring in transition.
Well, they've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
Durant is out there with Bull. Then it's O'Neal. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Dunn in at the small forward. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again. KD is right at the top of that list.
Here's O'Neal. And finished off by O'Neal.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Straight to the bucket. Durant.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Beautiful reverse layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Dunn. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Williams, and finished off by Williams.
What a jam by Williams, just springing off the floor and throwing it down.
Here's Dort. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Holmgren. And there's the call on Chet Holmgren. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Suns leading by 5. Booker with it. Last game out, he had 40 points. Driving inside. Outside for KD. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Inside. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They've built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Left side, Durant. Off target with his 3.
You love basketball. Couldn't miss in the first quarter. Now can't make it in the second quarter. Gotta be eating at him just a bit.
How's that for a show? Dort looking like he wants to be in the dunk contest with slams like that.
Now here's Booker. KD on the wing. Bull, a screen on Holmgren. Poked away. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
I wonder if pace and playing fast is something that they're being encouraged to do, because right now they feel like the faster team.
.105 left to play here in the half. KD sets the pick for Booker. In the corner, Bull with it. Durant finds O'Neal. 4 on the shot clock. Out to KD. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Dort with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. Now here's KD, the fast break opportunity. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Oh, KD parries the 3.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Done against Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on dime. Here's Carlson. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 5th assist in this one. Here's Durant, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And he has gotten stronger. Durant's been able to do this with more regularity. Powers through for the bucket. Gets a chance to tack on another point at the free throw line.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 points for him. Stolen by Durant. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Phoenix. He's at the quarter-century mark. 25 points for him in this game as they have looked to him over and over to make things happen. And now we'll send it over to... Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And get ready for the man.
You know, for Phoenix, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason. Yeah, you have big...
And time to switch gears. The Suns are in a close one after the first half of play.
Well, they've been the more measured team, passing up.
And that is it for half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Isaiah Hartenstein. Wiggins is out there with Williams. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Wallace in at the point guard. And with this score of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Hey, Bones, what do you think is a part of the game that some casual fans don't really understand that well?
Well, Kevin, outside of the contest right here in front of us, let's think about the long schedule that teams are dealing with. How many times that coaches employ different lineups and strategies so that by the end of the year, they have optionality in what they can do on the floor.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is the human cheat code. Bradley Beal says of his new teammate, he's 7 feet tall, he can shoot the ball, he can do everything. It's a little unfair. I get a bit jealous sometimes. I wish I was 7 feet, but nothing he does really surprises me. When he's in attack mode and locked in, there's nothing you can do. Kevin?
Not a single darn thing. You're so right. David, thanks. Caruso sets the screen for Wallace. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Wallace has got 4 points in the quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come
from the paint.
It's Durant on the wing, covered by Wiggins. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. For Phoenix, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Lee's checked in for Kevin Durant. Beal against Wallace. Beal the pass to Richards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, it's the Suns missing.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Hartenstein finds Wiggins. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Into the lane. It's Beal on the wing. They set the screen. Out to the wing. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Here's Caruso. And it's sent back by Allen. Here's Wallace. Back to Caruso. Oh, good on the triple. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Phoenix turns it over again.
City ball.
These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Number 1, Grayson Allen.
And getting that spot at the top of the list was such a huge accomplishment. What a year it was for him from behind the arc.
Allen against Wallace. Caruso, a screen on Allen.
2 minutes.
Here's Wallace.
2 minutes.
The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Wallace has got 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Allen, a screen on Wallace. Poke loose. It's taken away by Wallace. And here they come. Here's Caruso. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Beal against Wallace. Williams with the steal. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Tries to save it. We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. And Phoenix pushing it up now. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Beal the pass to Richards. Kicks it out to Allen. The second chance effort. And it's good on the way in.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Caruso looking for an opening. Got a piece of it. So another turnover for Oklahoma City. Here's Richards. And a wide open look for Lee. And good. At the English that time as it falls. And it's a 4-point Suns lead. And here is Caruso. 17 seconds left in the third. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. For the Thunder.
Substitution on the court.
Beal against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Iguodaro. Looking for Richards and gets it there.
Timeout.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Timeout.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy.
Timeout.
Here's Durant. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The
ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Got it right before we go to the fourth.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
And we've watched 3 so while we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Booker. Durant is out there with Bol. Then there's Dunn, and it's O'Neal in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Brent, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way. And the growth that Shai has shown over the years, it has come on so fast with how he has improved, but he's adding to his game.
Jordan against Booker. Strong finish inside from Booker.
Devin Booker will score by any means necessary, and that time over decent defense, getting the contact.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. On against Jordan. Booker looking around. Pass to Durant. Back to Booker. Just 5 on the clock. High post, KD. Releases from 15. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Dort kicks to Holmgren. It's hauled in by the Suns. Durant drives. Booker outside. Fires the 3. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Durant's got 3 assists tonight.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
Pass to Carlson. Williams with the ball. Holmgren with a screen on O'Neal. And it's Williams with the jam.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
To the right side. Now here's Booker. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Thunder trailing by 9. Here he goes. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
What's Dort out there? 215, 220 at the guard position. He'll throw it around.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle. The hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 6. Holmgren the pass to Carlson. Holmgren in the post. Guarded by O'Neal. Holmgren gets the bucket.
Unflappable. I mean, no moment is too big for Holmgren. They needed that basket.
Dort against Booker. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
Third team foul.
look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Gilgeous-Alexander against Dunn. Yeppa goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to just 2 points from the bucket from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Seems like Gilgeous-Alexander's next shot is never far off. He can get the bucket they need.
Outside Durant. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
It's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Durant down low. Working on Holmgren. And Bull wide open. He shoots. That one's off. Still out of sync. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Pass to Carlson. Bull against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pocket 6. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander to take the lead. Nails the tray.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game? Well, anyone questioning Durant's killer instinct can stop right now. Wow.
27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Carlson. Holmgren with it. Guarded by KD. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Durant. 4 on the clock.
Had a foul to give there, but he'd rather not have it cost your team points.
4th team foul.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Oklahoma City, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
Now, he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
And this is it, guys. Down 1, they've got just enough time to work it around for a good shot, and it better be a good shot because it's the only shot they have.
Here's Bull. Yes!
Terrific movement off of the dead ball situation and a great play to get the bucket.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
And guys, it all comes down to this.
The coach's challenge has been issued.
15 foul. Shooting for the
and I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now into the lineup for the Thunder, number 15.
Here's Bull. Count it!
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a
Just Alexander.
I get the feeling he hasn't been paying as much attention defensively as he should be. His steal numbers have dipped in the past few months. He needs to get back some of that intensity on defense.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. And for Milwaukee, inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Prince in at the 3. Grant, nothing quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
You know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the basket by Milwaukee on the other end.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
For 3, here's Lillard. Counted from distance.
You cannot let Dame get good looks, especially from the corner.
Here's Dort. Pass to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander against Jackson. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
And here's Milwaukee now, following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Lillard fires away from way outside. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, BA. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks. And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Now here's Jackson. Out to Lillard, and stolen by Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, that score made possible because of a good read by Jalen Williams. This guy gets better and better as a defender.
That shot wide open.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Jackson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Now Dort. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. And here's Lillard. Dort defending. Lillard deciding where to go with it. Clock at 6. Williams grabs the board. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Trailing by 2. Fires from the corner. And Holmgren with the basket on the assist from Williams.
A beautiful finish through contact. That's the dog in Holmgren.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Dort. Lillard against Dort. Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. Out to Lillard. This one for 3. Second chance shot. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. Pass to Hartenstein. Antetokounmpo against Holmgren. Over Antetokounmpo. And it's Holmgren missing. Milwaukee has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Damian Lillard last season becoming the 51st NBA player ever to cross the 20,000-point threshold and the 17th fastest to ever do it. He said it's a great accomplishment and a rare space to be in. I'm like, man, I might be able to get 27 or 28,000 if I can stay healthy. Ryan, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, me either. Thanks, Allie. Oklahoma City shooting their first foul shot of the night. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Graham.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
It's his first trip to the line.
Second team foul.
That free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve. Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
And here's Milwaukee now. It's a 5-point game. Jackson with a screen on Dort. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Lillard against Dort. Just 5 on the clock. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. The three from Prince. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Prince has got 6. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Off with the layup.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Thunder.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. And an intentional foul right there.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
For 3, here's Lillard. Oh, Lillard with a deep 3.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
The 3 from Holmgren. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Lillard from outside the arc. Poke loose.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Williams passes to Holmgren. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 6. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. The 12th overall pick in 2022, Jalen Williams. What a find by the Thunder Doors.
This is so exciting for this organization because even though J-Dub went to a mid-major school, wasn't a big high school recruit, he ended up being second in Rookie of the Year voting. He's getting better and better. He has got an unbelievable future.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 points for him. Rejected by Lopez.
Oh, the long arms of Brook Lopez effortlessly sends that back.
Pass to Hartenstein. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Antetokounmpo outside. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Dort. Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. And here's Jackson, 6 to shoot. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the feed, the jam, Giannis.
Impressive how in sync Giannis is with his squad, enabling them to set up a flashy alley-oop.
Holmgren finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Holmgren. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
The three from Prince. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Prince against Williams.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Buries it down low. Williams has got 5.
And he is stronger than he looks, trust me. I mean, Williams has the bulk to win those tough battles inside.
Prince, a screen on Dort. Lillard against Dort. Lillard passes to Lopez. And stolen by Hartenstein. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Williams misses. The Bucks trail by 6. Antetokounmpo outside. Jackson, pass to Antetokounmpo. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And here's Milwaukee now.
And just too good of a shooter for the D not to react to Lillard's pump fake.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throws of the night. Free throw good, Lillard. And both free throws good for Lillard. Thunder leading by 4. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Strong finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, "It's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out." Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. And the Bucks miss again. The Thunder have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. And there is the whistle. That goes on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. Here's Holmgren. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8. Back to Holmgren. Fires for 3. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 assists in the game. Lillard finds Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Dort. Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. Now here's Lillard. The 3 from Prince. Oh, at the buzzer! Wow!
I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
Great awareness in crucial situations. Nicely done.
They're hitting at a high clip. Some shots have been wide open, some tightly contested.
And as the ball continued to fall through. And now, thanks for joining us. Time to head.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. We'll be back in a moment. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Chet Holmgren with a strong contribution so far in this one.
When he got good position and they got the ball to him, he was automatic.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Kevin Porter is out there with Gary Trent. Then it's Bobby Portis. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Sims in at the 5. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Now here's Porter. Now Trent. There's a screen. Shot clock at 5. And that one
is stuffed right through.
Well, we know Trent Jr. can flat shoot the basketball, but he has to balance that with his passing. Nice delivery there.
All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we asked.
Trent's shot is off. Thunder leading by 3. And it's Caruso penetrating, rebounded by Kuzma. Milwaukee has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Portis outside for the tie. Kuzma outside. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good.
Kyle Kuzma right there, folks, showing him he is willing to mix it up to get a bucket.
Grant, Kyle Kuzma is an instinctual scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
Now here's Williams, still without a bucket. Counted. And so Porter will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Caruso. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And there's the foul. It's on Cason Wallace. That's foul number 2 for him.
And great job to establish position and square up.
First team foul.
Bucks trail by 3. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. And then Porter with the dunk.
And how fun is it watching Porter Jr. punch it in, leaving no room for error on the drive.
And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Joe's checked in for Oklahoma City. All right, now that we have a break, let's take a look at which teams capitalized from the line last season. The Thunder 4th.
It's one thing to be aggressive getting to the line. And last year, they made good on the opportunities when they presented themselves.
And so the ball out of bounds. Caruso touched it last. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Up top, Porter, covered by Joe. Here's Sims, driving in. And that misses. That would have put him up. The Thunder have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Here's Carlson. Outside Joe, and that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
The third, 2 minutes.
6 on the shot clock. Pass to Carlson. Rebound, Milwaukee.
With that much room around him, it's hard to imagine he could have gotten a better shot.
Kuzma for 3. They get it back. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
1:41 left in the third quarter. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And wanting to elevate his playmaking skills, Porter Jr. continues to impress with his passing ability.
Caruso outside. Floats one. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
There's no debate there. He got hammered.
First trip to the line for him here. Both good from the line that time. Milwaukee has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Trent against Caruso. They set the screen. Trent outside. Just 5 to shoot. Kuzma with a screen on Caruso. Pass to Kuzma. Fires the 3. Can't get it to drop. Thunder with a lead. Here's Caruso. The kick out to Wiggins. Joe up top. Up and over Porter. And the basket by Joe. Joe's got his first 2 points of the night. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. Outside Porter. Pass to Sims. Joe grabs the miss.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Now here's Caruso. Over Trent. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Moment ago, head coach Doc Rivers.
Hey guys, come on. Let's close this quarter. Let's close.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4. Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Jackson, pass to Lillard. Over Dort. And it's Lillard. That time on the assist by Jackson.
And this is what Dame time is all about. A bucket right when you need it most.
Pass to Hartenstein. Rejected by Lopez. Here's Antetokounmpo. Tremendous momentum building toward those final possessions.
Yeah, with 8 lead changes so far, it feels like this is going to come down to the last shot.
Here's Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort, a screen on Jackson. Outside for Dort. The 3 is up. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo's got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Lillard. Here's Brent. Antetokounmpo for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander against Jackson. Floats one up. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Antetokounmpo has got rebound number 8 now. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Lillard outside. Jackson with a screen on Dort. 5 on the clock. Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. Again, Antetokounmpo missing. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. Outside, Williams. Inside. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Milwaukee on D. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed.
This guy is such an explosive athlete. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes straight to the cup.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Lopez, the screen on Dort. Dort against Lillard. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. And Williams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Rebounded by Lopez. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in the game. And that's a foul called on Isaiah Hartenstein. That's foul number 2 for him. Jackson, pass to Prince. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
How about Taurean Prince? The confidence to take and make a big-time shot.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Jackson surveying the D. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Dort. Shot clock at 6. Here's Lillard. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got rebound number 7 tonight. 1:04 left in the fourth. Pass to Williams. Holmgren with a screen on Jackson. Williams passes to Holmgren.
Count it! Big-time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 40 seconds left to play in the fourth. Out to Lillard. Shoots a fadeaway. The shot off that time.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And here's Milwaukee now. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. 13 foul. At the line for the Bucks.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he does get the second one. And that ties this game up.
Boy, the missed free throw there keeping this game at even. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
Williams against Prince. Williams in the post. Money.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
And so it's the Thunder who come out on top here. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome.
Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Kevin Durant.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. We've got Bol. Durant is out there with Dunn. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Booker in at the point. Clark, there are some that would say that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in Milwaukee Bucks history. Others might say Lou Alcindor. What do you say?
Hey, pump the brakes on that Giannis. I love the Greek Freak, but I tell you, Kareem is my guy. I would tip my hat there, but I certainly understand why others would say Giannis. I'm going to hang my hat with Kareem.
This one for three. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
In rhythm, quick trigger, KD at his best.
Lillard scanning the floor. Giannis sets a screen for Lillard. Lets it go. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
For three, Booker. Rebound, Milwaukee. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
And you look at how they match up. Certainly you could see them losing, but you would still expect them to come away with 2 wins.
Here's Booker following the basket by Giannis. Booker the pass to Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
Durant always ready to throw it down. You can't let him get close to the rack.
For Milwaukee, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. Now, I brought up Devin Booker's name, and he winced a little. He said, can I tell you something? I'm worried about Booker. I'm ready to double up on him and fight the good fight, but if he gets hot, we're in trouble. So, I guess it's hope for the best and prepare for the worst, guys.
Thanks, David. Here's O'Neal. Following the score by Damian Lillard. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Coaching staffs, Clark, have certainly grown since your time in the league. Do you think that can lead to too many voices in the locker room?
I really don't think that's an issue, Kevin, because no matter how many coaches you have, typically they are all in sync, and the head coach has usually put his staff together, and therefore they're moving in the same direction. It's really easy for Bol to throw it down. Man, I'm a little jealous, especially with these creaky knees that I've got. I don't even think I could dunk in my dream.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And Booker gets to Durant. Booker is screen on Antetokounmpo. And then Durant with the jam.
And it's fun to watch guys like Booker that see the floor this well. Seems to always get it to the right man.
Lillard with it. Now guarded by Dunn. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Jackson against Booker. 6 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Suns.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Prince with a screen on dime. Lillard dishes to Prince. Back to Lillard. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Durant. So the Bucks, their last game, a win against New Orleans. Here's Bull. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
And Lopez throws it down.
Boy, you got to love how Lopez really puts himself in position to help his team wherever they need him. He works hard to contribute on every play.
Now here's Durant. 9 points in the game so far. Booker right side. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Antetokounmpo, no good. Booker outside. Got it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Phoenix heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Jackson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Prince in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Now Lillard, after Devin Booker missing on that last 3-pointer. Prince, the pass to Lillard. To the wing on the left. Here's Lopez. Kicks it out to Lillard. No good from outside.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the 3-point lane. Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Alder. David.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate the report. Now here's Giannis. Lopez outside. Jackson kicks to Lopez. He takes it in. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Booker. Jackson passes to Antetokounmpo. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Superb initiative from Antetokounmpo. I mean, that may be something we overlook, but being able to take that initiative allows him to be a real menace when he's rolling to the rim after a pick.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Now, here's Lillard. 5 points in the game.
Foul. Done. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And so it's Milwaukee now. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. Lock at 6. The kick out to Lopez. And Bull sends it back.
Great defense from Bull, using that massive wingspan perfectly right there.
No good from Booker.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Back to Antetokounmpo. Lillard left side. Shoots the three. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
Tell you what, doesn't matter whether he's on the move or standing still, Leonard is a flat-out laser shooter.
Durant wide open. He fires. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. There it goes. Antetokounmpo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kevin Durant. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time.
You really have to appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with, a beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him. An attitude of joy and unselfishness.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Dunn. And Lillard kicks to Giannis. O'Neal against Prince. Driving the lane. Doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Bucks trail by 7. There's the triple. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Prince has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Lillard against Dunn. Now here's Lillard. Not a lot of room. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. And Bull sends it back. He gets that one. Lopez has got his second basket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here is O'Neal. Outside for KD. Dunn with a screen on Antetokounmpo. And Durant gets it to go. The assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 4th assist in this one.
An outstanding performance from Durant so far. But you know what? That's par for the course for him. He's just a natural scorer.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. O'Neal against Antetokounmpo. Prince outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. It could go. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Suns lead by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Alt. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
To the center court and get ready for the half.
Well, I think for Milwaukee, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, and taking a closer look at that first half, how about Kevin Durant?
I'll tell you, he doesn't miss many.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Hart.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Bradley Beal is out there with Allen. Then it's Nick Richards. And it's Lee in at the 3 spot. And Clark, on average, free throw attempts are down a fair bit in the last 20, 25 years.
Yeah, I mean, from a fan perspective, I think you compare a field goal to a couple of free throws. It's obvious, though, which is more entertaining to watch. You want to see guys score the ball in live action.
Allen, a screen on Kuzma. And Richards has it in the corner. Beal against Porter. Beal deciding where to go with it. Here's Iguodala. That's good. And so Beal with the assist.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Kuzma with a screen on Allen. Trent with the wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Lee passes to Beal. And stolen by Portis. Here's Kuzma. And the shot goes in. Kuzma's got his first 2 points of the night.
Smart pass by Portis, showing the ability to make good decisions with the ball.
Here's Richards. Outside for Beal. Porter with the steal. Trent against Allen. It's good. This game is all even. Trent's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
There's the screen. Pass to Richards. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Phoenix shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. That free throw, no good.
Richards taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them the lead.
Trent kicks to Portis. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession.
7th in field goal percentage, and they were in the top 10 in rebounding. That was one of the things that they hung their hat on. Never really let up energy-wise on the backboard.
And you go back to their scoring last season with all the weapons they had, putting points on the board was never a problem. 5 to shoot. Here's Kuzma for the lead. The kick out to Porter. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Sims. And finally they hit one. Sims has got the lead up to 1 now for Milwaukee. The Suns have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer, but great, he's developed as a passer over time.
And Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader, but he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
Fantastic job moving the ball there by Porter Jr., understanding exactly what was available when his teammates were open.
To the inside, Iguodala, he gets it in there. Iguodala's got 6. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Trent passes to Kuzma. Lee with the steal.
Ill-advised pass on that one, guys. I mean, he had to know there was a man there in position to get that turnover. Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That one is off.
You know, we've seen Kevin Porter Jr. play the 1, 2, and the 3, and no matter where he plays, KPJ is a bucket getter. They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Outside, Beal. Takes it off the glass. And the Suns lead by 2.
Yeah, offensively, Beal is a smooth operator.
Allen against Trent. Pass to Sims. Out to Kuzma. Portis sets the pick for Kuzma. Off target from outside. Sun shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. They set the pick. Beal from long range. Rebound, Milwaukee. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
You know, when Kuzma plays with that kind of tenacity, he's going to make defenders foul. He's a real force in this league.
Kuzma. 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. The Suns leading. On the wing, Lee, defended by Trent. Outside for Beal. Porter with the steal. It's 2-on-1. And here's Trent outside. Buries it from three-point range. Trent's got 8 points.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Yes, that goes in. Richards got it all tied up now for the Suns.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Tie game in Milwaukee. And we'll be back with you right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Prince in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. From the arc, and Ball pulls it down.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the 3 ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
You know, the defense has given them that shot, and they've knocked it down consistently, and that's been a real key factor for them tonight.
Lillard outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Another shot. Wow, Giannis with a strong finishing zone.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Booker looking around. Launches it. Milwaukee with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And that's a foul called on Bol Bol. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter. Jackson dishes to Antetokounmpo. Stolen by Durant.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
And the dunk by O'Neal.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
High post, KD. And the dunk by Bol.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Lillard misses. Suns have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Booker against Jackson. Durant raising up.
No stage too big for KD. If you need a basket, he's your man.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
For Giannis, his length and instincts on defense make him a feared shot blocker.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated.
First team foul. Shooting for Phoenix. Done.
Officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Nobody near Lillard. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Suns trailing. Drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. And he is unable to get the second one. Milwaukee has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Giannis is screen on Booker. There's the lob, and there's Giannis. Look out below!
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball in these situations. You love that.
How about the focus from Booker? I mean, refusing to let anything stop him from getting that basket.
Lillard attacking. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
Taking 2 shots.
No luck that time either. The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
Lillard against Booker. Outside, KD.
Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Bucks. 27 seconds left in the game. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Back to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Prince. Shoots over O'Neal. No good. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those 5 seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that hub?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Can't connect. And so it's Phoenix who scrape by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic, all right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.